This is Good Morning Suncoast. We're here for you.
Good morning, everyone. Thanks for joining us. I'm Jacqueline Matter.
And I'm Stephanie Roberts. Great to have you with us this morning. Meteorologist John Scalzi here as well. And we're off to a little of a murky and more humid start this morning.
Much more humid start. And that'll be the case over the next several days. We've got a south flow of air, and that is going to just bring the humidity back. Set the stage for some possible showers as we head into the weekend as well. And for the next several mornings, patchy morning fog a possibility. I know Steph encountered some. This is from the Cortez Bridge webcam, and you can see the kind of haze in the atmosphere compared to the last several mornings. We still have decent visibility out there, but certainly you can tell even the look of it is a little bit more humid. You don't even have to be there to feel the humidity. We're looking at across the state, a lot of sunshine today. High pressure basically sitting right over us or just a little to the south, encouraging that southerly flow of air. We'll have a daytime high that tops out in the upper 70s as winds come off Gulf waters. We'll have the complete forecast for you coming up in just a few.
All right, thanks, John. So with a little bit of fog and haze on the roadway, you want to be extra careful right now. Things going pretty well in downtown Bradenton, but we are looking at an accident on State Road 70. It's eastbound, and the right lane is blocked at Creekwood Boulevard. That's right before you get on the expressway if you're headed eastbound. So you need to be a little bit extra cautious there. Roadwork being picked up on University Parkway under I-75, and it looks like we're actually seeing a couple of different slowdowns as a result. Right now, things moving well under the expressway. You can see things 75 there at the top of your screen, but a little extra caution needed, of course, as the workers get things put back together after the overnight road work. Looking back at the maps in Sarasota, it's very quiet. Fruitville, Bee Ridge, and Clark roads, no problems on I-75. And down in South County, it looks like we're off to a quiet start this morning. We are coming up on 6:03 and topping our news at this hour. We are now just one day away from the presidential inauguration of Donald Trump.
I know, I can't believe it. Well, at the Capitol, sharp questioning continues for the president-elect's nominees today, while the city makes its final preparations for the inauguration. ABC's Lana Zach is in Washington with the very latest.
The final barricades are going up as the nation's capital prepares to welcome a new resident to the White House.
I'm excited to go see history in the making.
Terrorism countermeasures like dump trucks and buses will be used to prevent a Nice-like attack as the 45th president, Donald Trump, is sworn in. Inside the Capitol, sharp questions for Mr. Trump's nominees, like his HHS pick, Congressman Tom Price, grilled by Senator Warren on health care coverage.
You might want to print out President-elect Trump's statement, "I am not going to cut Medicare or Medicaid," and post that above your desk in your new office.
By the latest count, 30% of House Democrats say they are boycotting this inauguration.
All I know is I'm going to be there. So is Michelle.
In his last White House press conference, President Obama says he wishes the best for his successor and made reference to presidents still to come.
If, in fact, we continue to keep opportunity open to everybody, then, yeah, we're going to have a woman president, we're going to have a Latino president, we'll have a Jewish president, a Hindu president.
Meanwhile, President-elect Trump traveled between New York and D.C. to honor his Vice President-elect Mike Pence, and he made a surprise visit to his Pennsylvania Avenue hotel for dinner. Aides say he's practicing his inauguration address, and it will be a very personal speech.
We're told that Mr. Trump's themes are going to be America first and uniting the country. Though based on what we're seeing play out in the halls of Congress, that theme may be more difficult to achieve. Lana Zach, ABC News, Washington.
Well, up to 1 million people are expected to gather in Washington, D.C. for that inauguration. The nation's top security officials are preparing for the large turnout. Now, 28,000 security personnel from multiple different departments, including the FBI, will be in attendance tomorrow.
On Inauguration Day, every seat in here will be filled. We'll be sharing information and intelligence throughout the event, again, to get ahead of things, to stay ahead of the threat, and to stop bad things from happening.
Unlike many inaugurations past, security plans this year include drone detection. Authorities can now intercept and land drones and even use radio frequencies to track the operators. It'll also be a busy weekend in Washington as thousands of people are expected to gather in the Capitol on Saturday to protest Trump's administration. Organizers say 200,000 people are expected at the anti-Trump Women's March this weekend. According to the event's Facebook page, more than 3,800 people in Florida alone say they will be going to that march, including local residents.
it's a big shockwave. And this is just the reaction to the action of the presidency.
As a woman, I felt it was almost my civic duty to go to Washington and just it remind the incoming administration that our rights will not be trampled upon.
Well, several demonstrations are planned across the country on Saturday, including right here in Sarasota. Action Together Suncoast will host a solidarity march across the Ringling Bridge that will be from noon until 4 p.m.
A Sarasota man found guilty of first-degree murder is expected in court today for sentencing. Christian Theodore was convicted last month of killing 25-year-old Jonathan Jeffrey. Investigators say Theodore and 2 other men broke into Jeffrey's home. They tied him up with his wife, demanded drugs and money. Jeffrey was then shot in the head. The 2 other suspects accepted plea deals and have already been sentenced to life in prison. Theodore's sentencing is set for 2:30 this afternoon. New this morning, a Palmetto woman will spend the next 3 years in federal prison for defrauding public assistance programs of thousands of dollars. Peggy Washington was sentenced yesterday. She was convicted of identity theft, wire fraud, and making false statements to government agencies. Court documents show Washington stole personal information belonging to Social Security and Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program recipients, and then used that information to open debit card accounts in their name. She then diverted the benefits into the new account she created and withdrew them for her own use. She also used stolen information to file fraudulent tax returns. She'll have to pay nearly $49,000 in restitution. Friends of a popular local chiropractor killed by a drunk driver are now raising money for his family. The fatal accident happened on State Road 70 and Braden Run. The Florida Highway Patrol says the driver who rear-ended Rocky Acre and pushed his car into oncoming traffic may have been drinking before he got behind the wheel. Acre's best friend and chiropractic partner in Gulfgate says he is devastated.
He was the greatest friend, brother, husband, cousin. He was just the best chiropractor, the best caring person you'd ever want to meet.
Friends have set up a GoFundMe account online for Acres family. For more information on how you can help, there's a link to that page on our website at mysuncoast.com.
Now to an update on Bradenton's plan to change the city noise ordinance. According to the Bradenton Herald, the city council is looking to adopt a new ordinance that will create 3 entertainment districts that will allow louder noise later in the day. The districts include a part of 9th Street West where Motorworks Brewery is located, as well as downtown on Main Street and the area around 9th Street East and Manatee Avenue. City officials will begin putting a draft of that ordinance together, which will include how noise levels will be enforced. The city council could then revise the ordinance or begin public hearings. And many different groups from around the Suncoast are getting a chance to talk directly to the state's political leaders about their financial needs. State lawmakers representing Sarasota County spent hours listening to a variety of representatives, from city officials to people representing local citizen groups.
This is a steeple hold of democracy. I mean, this is the best example of people interacting with government and their representatives.
Those who met with lawmakers will find out if they'll receive the funding they're looking for by the end of the legislative session in May.
Well, if you have a pesky mosquito problem near your home or office, Sarasota County has a new solution. The county is giving away free mosquito fish. They eat the mosquito larvae. The county breeds and raises these little native fish, and people in the community can come pick some up, and then you release them into man-made water bodies like abandoned swimming pools, ditches, and artificial ponds.
They reproduce very fast, so if you put a dozen of them, 2 dozen in a very small water body, they'll, as long as there's water, they'll live in it, they'll keep having babies, and they'll sustain a population that'll eat mosquito larvae forever.
I love this idea. If you want to pick up some mosquito fish, it's best to call Sarasota County first so they can get them ready for you. What a great natural solution.
Yeah, certainly nothing I've ever heard of before. Something new here to this area.
Let the circle of life take care of itself, right?
Exactly.
Well, a new folk school is now open right here on the Suncoast.
Yeah, the first classes were held yesterday at the Florida Maritime Museum. Students were able to learn about memoir writing and how to preserve their own history. Now, the museum will hold many more classes in the upcoming months, including the preservation of family photos, net mending, and shell mosaics. The museum also expects to offer many other unique classes in the upcoming future.
We had some local courtesans come in and they get to preserve their stories. So we're not only teaching traditional folk skills like canning and net mending and fish filleting, but we're also teaching people how to preserve their own histories and their own stories.
Now, for more information about those classes, you can give the museum a call or check listings online at floridamaritimemuseum.org. And this certainly sounds like a great way to spend the weekend or do a quick project with some family members.
And a lot of those skills, I mean, it's not like they're skills we don't still need. I mean, people still can. We still throw cast nets out in my house to
Fillet fish.
I would love to be better at filleting fish,
Right.
you know? So, I mean, these are really cool things that you know, may not be able to be taught without something like that.
And they're professionals, so that'd be great.
Yeah, neat idea.
Every little extra bit of stuff to do on the Suncoast makes it a better place to live. Although the weather on Sunday might not be so fantastic, we're looking at the possibility of some strong, maybe even severe storms around here. We'll talk about that in just a second.
And still ahead on Good Morning Suncoast, could elephants from the Ringling Brothers Barnum and Bailey Circus hold the key to curing cancer? That's what a team of researchers is looking to find out. We'll show you the breakthrough after the break.
ABC 7, your Suncoast News. We're here for you weeknights at 5.
Are you paying too much for your cable or satellite TV? The U.S. government passed a bill mandating free over-the-air digital transmission of all broadcast network television channels. That means with the new TV Freeway digital antenna, you can get free HD programming from your favorite broadcast networks 24/7 without a bill. You just plug it into the back of your TV and start watching all of your favorite broadcast programs for free. There are no contracts to sign, no hidden fees, and no monthly fees. Just free HD broadcast TV. Take it with you anywhere. Call or go online now to get your TV Freeway stick for the incredibly low price of only $14.99. But wait, call or click now and you can get a second TV Freeway stick for a second TV. Just pay a separate fee, but you have to order right now.
Call 1-800-809-5196 to get your TV Freeway. Call now or go to tvfreeway.com. So call 1-800-809-5196. This offer's not in any store. Call now.
Robotic surgery is changing medicine. The robot has better vision than a human. You can see 10 times better magnification than the human eye, but it takes a human eye to run the machine. In fact, it takes multiple human eyes to treat a patient. We've perfected the team, we've perfected the procedure, and the more experienced the team, the better the quality outcome.
It may be January, but we live in Florida. So head outdoors for seafood and music at the 2nd Annual Sarasota Seafood and Music Festival, happening Saturday and Sunday, January 21st and 22nd from 10 to 6 p.m. Savor mouth-watering Florida Gulf Coast seafood dishes by top restaurants and chefs, while you enjoy great live music from some of Florida's top musical groups. So grab your family and friends at the Sarasota Seafood and Music Festival, January 21st and 22nd. For more information, visit seafoodfestivals.com.
Florida's last private island is a waterfront lifestyle like no other. This is Harbor Isle, just 5 minutes from the sugar sand beaches of Anna Maria Island. This sun-splashed paradise invites you to enjoy natural adventures and all the recreation of a tropical resort. Island coach homes and waterfront condos are now available from the high 400s. Don't miss the Luxury by the Bay event, Saturday, January 21st from noon till 4 p.m. at Harbor Isle. Water ski show, luxury cars, wine tasting, model home tours, and more.
Get the new year off to a great start with safety and peace of mind. Subaru was named the 2016 Best Overall Brand, Most Trusted, and Best Performance Brand by Kelley Blue Book. And ALG named Subaru its top mainstream brand for residual value for 2016. Now you can lease a new Subaru Outback for just $229 a month or get 0% financing with complimentary maintenance included. Get more for your money. Go to Sunset Subaru in Sarasota.
Now, the official Suncoast weather with ABC 7 meteorologist John Scalzi.
Across the region, we're looking at some pretty decent temperatures today. I don't think we'll see much in the way of any inclement weather. Well, right now, 60s most everywhere you look or close to it. We have 59 degrees in Arcadia, 57 in Sarasota. Most everywhere else, we've hit the 60 mark. We've got 60 degrees in Wauchula, 60 degrees in Myakka, 60 Parrish, Bradenton, 62 in Venice, Inglewood, 60 in Northport, and we do have a 54 in Punta Gorda. Around the mouth of Charlotte Harbor, again, one of the more likely locations to see some fog that would be vision limiting and maybe reduce speeds just a little bit. Though I don't think we're going to see a widespread big fog problem this morning. We have a lot of cloud cover back to the west of us. That's a cold front that's starting to carve its way into the panhandle of Florida today with some showers and thunderstorms. In fact, today and tomorrow, there is a severe weather threat in the northern Gulf Coast, particularly around the Louisiana Delta region. The heavy storminess that we saw just a couple of days ago in Texas is now moved toward the Louisiana Delta region, and they could see some impressive rainfall amounts under some of the thunderstorm activity that'll develop there today. So we have a high-pressure ridge that sits over the state of Florida once again, protecting us from approaching storm systems. But one thing that these little lows will do will be to kind of chip away at that high and eventually allow it to be replaced by a front that'll move through here on Sunday afternoon, Sunday night. And that will bring us a good chance of seeing some showers and maybe a thunderstorm or two, maybe some of them stronger, a severe possibility as well. Right now, there is about a 30% chance that some of the storms could approach severe limits as we head into Sunday afternoon, according to Severe Storm Prediction Center. But again, that's still several days away, and it's hard to predict severe weather that far out. Frontal boundary carves its way through the Louisiana Delta region today, lifting off to the north and to the east, spreading its rain shield through the Ohio Valley. Now, this is going to kind of create a sloppy sort of mess for Inauguration Day tomorrow, unfortunately. That frontal boundary will eventually stall out, though, before ever bringing us any rain. But another front back to the west will move and team up with the stalled front and eventually work its way through our area. But for today, humidity will be rising under the influence of that southerly flow of air. We'll have dry skies, and we'll be watching those evolution of the Sunday storms. By the way, that storm system back to the west will be one area that'll produce some snow showers, but another system, the fourth one in a row, moving onshore, will produce, again, heavy snows in the mountainous regions of the southern Rockies. So we'll watch for that, and if you're a skier, take note. Those ski resorts are doing pretty well out there. We have a south wind coming in at about 5 to 10 knots today. Pretty nice conditions, smooth to start, light chop to finish up the day, and we'll have, generally speaking, not much in the way of rainfall, lots of sunshine, and fairly light winds out of the south. Forecast for the next couple of days looks good, warmer than average, and then as we head into Sunday, that chance of showers, thunderstorms, and possibly stronger storms. Back to you.
Thank you, John. We'll be careful on the roads with a little bit of fog and haze this morning. We do have an accident to tell you about. It's on State Road 70. If you're headed eastbound to get on I-75, it's blocked. The right lane is right before the expressway on Creekwood Boulevard. Doesn't appear to be causing too many problems. We're seeing increase in volume now through downtown Bradenton on 301. As you move into Sarasota, things look pretty good. Again, a little bit of volume on 301 headed down to the south. But University Parkway closed under I-75 during the overnight hours. Has now reopened. You can see traffic is moving well there, both on the expressway above and under that bridge. But we will have another road closure overnight tonight on University Parkway, I-75, so something to keep in mind. Heading down into Sarasota, quiet trip across Fruitville, Bee Ridge, and Clark Roads, and I-75 into South County also looks good. No accidents or delays. It is 6:19, and researchers in Utah are hoping that they have found the key to fight the war on cancer.
All with some help from elephants from the Ringling Brothers Barnum and Bailey Circus. Mike Anderson has that story.
This is a pediatric bone tumor.
Inside a petri dish, Dr. Joshua Schiffman shows us how a synthetic elephant protein,
we've made it in the lab, we've introduced it into these cells,
actually attacks human cancer cells, as highlighted by the glowing green.
It is remarkable. The lab is just so excited.
It comes after years of work at the Huntsman Cancer Institute. Schiffman says the first time he saw this happening.
Oh, it was probably one of the most thrilling experiences I've ever had as my career in medicine.
Researchers studied the blood of elephants from the Barnum and Bailey Circus and one at Hogle Zoo, all with one idea in mind.
Elephants almost never get cancer, and we think the reason why is they have extra copies of this cancer-fighting protein.
That protein, called P53, is showing some very exciting potential for Schiffman and his team in a battle that is very personal for him. As an oncologist, he treats children with cancer and...
When I was 15, I was diagnosed with Hodgkin lymphoma, a type of childhood cancer.
an experience that he says pushed him to do what he does today.
I watch those videos of those cells dying every morning when I wake up and every night before I go to bed, because this, for us, this is our inspiration.
The team here is now working with a lab in Israel to synthesize that protein and then test it here on animals. If all goes as planned, they can start human testing in about 3 years.
And while there's no guarantee that this elephant protein will work in humans,
the elephants have had 55 million years of research and development to really design the perfect cancer-fighting protein.
Schiffman says he and his team will continue working long hours to give it the best possible chance.
We say that cancer doesn't sleep, and neither should we.
While researchers continue to move into the next phase of this study, the Huntsman Institute will need to raise about $2 million to complete the animal and human trials.
And of course, Ringling's elephants resting nicely in Polk County at their reserve.
Yeah.
Not too far from us.
All right, we'll still ahead on Good Morning Suncoast.
New details this morning in the case of a teen kidnapped from a Florida hospital 18 years ago. We'll take a look at the latest next.
Need more space in your place? The More Space Place can help with Murphy beds that disappear to reveal a home office, living room, or den. Custom closets with designated areas for your shoes, bags, wardrobe, and accessories. Custom-built entertainment centers, garage storage systems, and more. The More Space Place has 3 showrooms next to Sunny's on US 41 South in Sarasota, on Lakewood Ranch Boulevard just south of State Route 64 in Bradenton, and on Tamiami Trail next to Panera Bread in Port Charlotte. Put more space in your place at the More Space Place.
Attention small business owners. Penn Funding announces the easiest and fastest business funding program, the Platinum Business Account.
We needed cash fast. Business is good, but this is an emergency. We needed some new equipment, and the banks wouldn't help us.
At Penn Funding, we like to say, yes, you're approved. With your Platinum Business Account, you could qualify for up to $50,000 or more. This amazing new business account funding program is so effective, you could have the cash you need in just days.
I called, spoke with an agent who pre-qualified us, and connected me.
Call now for your Platinum Business Account. If you've been in business for at least 6 months, you could qualify for up to $50,000 or more in just days.
I called Penn Funding and had my money fast.
Need cash for your business? Call Penn Funding now.
Call 800-658-3433. 800-658-3433.
Selling your home? Insist on a 3D showcase tour from Gulf Shores Realty. Virtual tours are flat and boring and look more like a slideshow than a tour. A 3D tour from Gulf Shores Realty is like actually walking through the home without the drive. Get instant access to your next home from any device. Multiple views give homebuyers a perspective like no other. For a limited time, mention ABC7 and Gulf Shores Realty will provide a complimentary 3D tour with your new listing.
Start the year off with a great deal during the Start Something New event going on now at Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota. Ram trucks are built tough and have plenty of power to handle any job with all the comfort you'd expect in a luxury vehicle. And right now, all 2016 quad cabs are over 20% off with new Ram trucks starting at just $19,999. Better prices, bigger selection. Go to Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota.
Ideologue. I am an originalist.
Welcome back. It is 6:25. New court documents show an 18-year-old who was kidnapped as an infant may have known her true identity over a year ago.
ABC's Eva Pilgrim has details in today's GMA First Look.
In this morning's GMA First Look, new details shedding light on how this woman's 18-year-old secret finally unraveled.
No bond be set on count number 1, the kidnapping charge.
51-year-old Gloria Williams now charged with kidnapping a newborn baby from a Florida hospital in 1998, raising her as her own.
Did anything ever kind of tip you off to it?
I can't think of anything offhand. No. 18-year-old Alexis Manigo didn't want to talk about how she found out she was taken, concerned that anything she says could eventually be used against the woman she still calls mom. But newly released court documents now showing that Alexis may have found out the truth approximately a year and a half ago. Coming up at 7 a.m., we'll have the latest on the case with Dan Abrams weighing in live. With your GMA First Look, I'm Eva Pilgrim, ABC News, Jacksonville, Florida.
With all the rush in the morning, I don't have time to hashtag my breakfast. Light and Fit non-fat yogurt drinks. Nutrition that fits my crazy life.
9 grams of protein, 90 calories, no added sugar. Light and Fit. Do what fits you. My hygienist told me to try a mouthwash, so I tried Crest. It does so much more than give me fresh breath.
Crest Pro Health Mouthwash provides all of these benefits to help you get better dental checkups. Go Pro with Crest Mouthwash.
Checkup? Nailed it.
You have a vision. It's behind everything you do. Even when you least expect it, it comes through. You know what you want, and we can help make it real. You need choices? We've got all kinds, including special finishes and papers. And they're all absolutely guaranteed because you have a vision and we have your card. 500 start at just $9.99 when you enter BC500 at Vistaprint.com.
ABC 7, your Suncoast News. We're here for you weeknights at 5.
Is your mop a dirty, disgusting mess? You need the Hurricane 360 Spin Mop System, the only mop and bucket that spins the dirt away. A system that cleans practically anything and everything with super absorbent microfiber. Dip it in the washer side and the mess releases into the bucket. Then place it in the dryer side and push on the pedal. You get a clean mop pad that's practically dry and ready for more. And your hands will never again touch a dirty, disgusting mop. The heads are washable and reusable. Get the Hurricane 360 Spin Mop System for just 2 payments of $19.99. You'll also get a Sticky Buddy, the reusable sticky roller that picks up pet hair and lint and washes clean in seconds. You can take advantage of our 2-for-1 Pick It Up special and get a second spin mop set. Just pay additional shipping and fee. And we'll upgrade you to free priority handling. So don't wait. Order now.
Call 1-800-394-1524 to get your Hurricane Spin Mop double offer. So hurry and call 1-800-394-1524. Call now.
Since 1972, Sleep King has provided quality mattresses and accessories at the best discounted prices available. Top brands like Simmons, Sealy, Serta, Beauty Rest, Eye Comfort, and more. With available free delivery, free financing, and free setup and removal. For a comfortable night's sleep with same-day delivery, even if we have to carry it on our backs. Trust Sleep King of Sarasota. Buy it today, sleep on it tonight.
It may be January, but we live in Florida. So head outdoors for seafood and music at the 2nd Annual Sarasota Seafood and Music Festival, happening Saturday and Sunday, January 21st and 22nd from 10 to 6 p.m. Savor mouth-watering Florida Gulf Coast seafood dishes by top restaurants and chefs, while you enjoy great live music from some of Florida's top musical groups. So grab your family and friends at the Sarasota Seafood and Music Festival, January 21st and 22nd. For more information, visit seafoodfestivals.com.
You love your couch and want to protect it from spills, food, and scratching, shedding pets. Introducing Couch Coat, the reversible, washable quilted cover that protects your couch. Shield against spills, wow, stop stains, and dirty pet paws and sharp claws. Plus, it's reversible with 2 stylish colors. Guaranteed to fit any couch up to 92 inches or your money back. It even has covers to protect armrests. Machine washable too.
My grandkids destroy everything, but with Couch Coat, my couch is always protected, looking as good as it did the day I bought it.
Get your Couch Coat for just $19.99, and it's reversible in brown and cream, like 2 couch coats for the price of 1. Order right now, and you can double your offer. Get a second Couch Coat. Just pay a separate fee. Order right now.
Call 1-800-943-0710 to get your couch coat. Call now or go to couchcoat.com. So call 1-800-943-0710. That's 1-800-943-0710. Call now.
Coming up on Good Morning Suncoast, the suspect accused of shooting and killing an Orlando police lieutenant faces a judge today. We'll have details.
Plus, a federal investigation is now underway into bomb threats at Jewish centers across the country.
And construction crews come across an explosive find in Indian River County. We'll show you what it's linked to.
Live from the ABC 7 studios, this is Good Morning Suncoast. We're here for you.
Welcome back and thanks for joining us. I'm Jacqueline Matter.
And I'm Stephanie Roberts. Off to a nice start this morning. Mild out there. Meteorologist John Scalzi tells us, though, we may have to make our weekend plans carefully.
Yeah, you know, confidence is going up in the fact that we could have some strong storms around here on Sunday, probably Sunday afternoon and
carry
evening.
an umbrella just in case with you.
Some of these storms can get pretty rough, so you may need to
stay home.
take shelter. Yeah, exactly. But not for today. Today looks good. Today is going to be beautiful out there. In fact, we have a Cortez Bridge webcam for you this morning, and you can see the increase in humidity that's around. Look at the halo around the headlights as the cars drive across the bridge, and you can tell that something is different from a couple of days ago, and that is the amount of humidity in the air thanks to a general south wind. We have a dense fog advisory up for the Big Bend region of Florida, not for our area, but that's not to say we don't have fog around. Half-mile visibility around the mouth of Charlotte Harbor, and in other locations you could come across some patchy fog, so watch for that on your commute this morning. Shouldn't be widespread or terribly dense in our area. Satellite view shows we're in for sunshine today. As soon as we get through these early morning hours and whatever little fog we have lifts, we'll see daytime highs top out in the upper 70s. Complete forecast coming up in a few.
All right, thanks, John. As John mentioned, we do have fog out in the roadway, so be extra careful. A little caution needed, especially on the interstates and in low-lying areas. Looks pretty good going over the bridges in Bradenton. We are still showing a wreck if you're headed eastbound on State Road 70 to get on I-75, and it's causing a little bit of a backup there. The right lane is blocked, but we do expect to see improving conditions. Interstate itself looks good. 301 is slowing down as you head into Sarasota County. No problems on University Parkway. The overnight road work has been picked up. Remember, that roadway was closed overnight, and it will be again tonight. That starts at 10 p.m. and continues until 6 a.m. So no plans to travel under I-75 tonight, but this morning things are moving well. Folks just being extra cautious there in the construction zone, which everyone appreciates. In Sarasota County, no problems coming across Fruitville, Bee Ridge, or Clark Road. Starting to see a little extra volume there getting off the interstate at Fruitville, and no accidents or delays in South County. It is 6:33, and topping our news this half hour, the man accused of killing an Orlando police officer last week is expected in court today.
Markeith Lloyd faces charges of murder in the shooting death of his pregnant ex-girlfriend. Orlando Police Lieutenant Deborah Clayton was trying to arrest him when he allegedly gunned her down as well. Reed Binion has more.
Markeith Lloyd's first appearance scheduled for Thursday after he spent much of the day Wednesday at the hospital. Orlando's police chief says Lloyd sustained injuries as he struggled with officers during his capture.
He failed to comply with police commands, resisted arrest, and they used force in order to get him in handcuffs.
A Florida Department of Law Enforcement spokeswoman says the department hasn't received a request to investigate the injuries.
Our memorandum of understanding with OPD is deadly force related. We are not investigating any use of force at this time.
Lloyd's Thursday appearance is for charges related to the death of his ex-girlfriend, but Orlando's police chief told HLN's Ashley Banfield that charges in Lieutenant Deborah Clayton's killing are expected soon.
Those charges are coming. We're just working with the state attorney's office to make sure that case is rock solid. There's no rush. Obviously, he's not going anywhere.
The chief also providing upsetting details about Clayton's slaying, citing video of the killing.
He could have easily gotten away after she lay on the ground bleeding, but from a non-fatal wound, but he decided to go up and kill her execution style.
I'm Reed Binion reporting.
Now to an update on the hospitalization of a former president. George H.W. Bush and his wife Barbara both remain in the hospital. The former president is now in the intensive care unit at Houston Methodist Hospital. He's being treated for pneumonia. He had to undergo a procedure yesterday to remove a blockage from his lungs. Barbara Bush was admitted after she began complaining about fatigue and has been coughing. Family spokesman says they are both doing well.
got such a self-resilience, a determination, a love of life. And I know they both have things that they want to do, and I think that drive is going to see them through. And obviously that's our hope and our prayer.
It is not known yet how long the former first couple will remain in the hospital. New this morning, federal authorities are now looking into threats at Jewish centers across the country, including right here in Florida. The Justice Department's Civil Rights Division is investigating possible civil rights violations in connection with these threats. It comes following bomb threats at Jewish community centers in 17 states. So far, none of the threats appear to be credible. However, authorities do say they need to be taken seriously by everyone involved.
The widow of the Pulse nightclub gunman is pleading not guilty to charges that she helped her husband in his support of the Islamic State group and hindered the investigation of that attack. Noor Salman entered the plea in an Oakland, California courtroom. Prosecutors claim Salman knew her husband, Omar Mateen, planned to attack the Pulse nightclub, a gay bar where he killed 49 people and injured more than 50 others. Salman will be back in court on February 1st to argue her release pending trial on the charges that could result in a life sentence if convicted. Her attorney says the case will eventually be moved to Florida. New this morning, the city of Fort Myers has settled lawsuits with 2 people who were injured in the deadly shooting at a ZombieCon festival. The city has awarded nearly $7,500 to both Kyle Roberts and Tyree Hunter. The 2 victims were 20 years old when they were hurt in the shooting in October of 2015. Litigation with the festival's organizers and security firm is continuing. 1 person was killed. 6 others were wounded in that shooting. No arrests, though, were ever made. And an update on the case against the man accused of killing a flamingo at Busch Gardens. Doctors say they will now evaluate Joseph Carrero's mental competency to stand trial. His lawyer says he is mentally ill and not competent to stand trial. He is currently being charged with aggravated animal cruelty. Now, Carrero was visiting the theme park with his family last summer when he allegedly reached into an animal pen, grabbed Pinky the pink flamingo, and slammed her to the ground. She was later euthanized. The next hearing in that case is scheduled for February 17th.
The Florida Supreme Court is rejecting a last-ditch appeal challenging the school's state voucher program. The court says it will not hear the case, essentially ending the battle over a program that pays for the private educations of nearly 100,000 kids. The decision allows a lower court ruling to stand. It found that the Florida Education Association and others who challenged the program did not have legal standing to bring suit against tax credit scholarships. The teachers union and allies argue that the program drains money that would otherwise go to public schools.
They do it because they want smaller class size. They want to have a sane testing regimen. They want their children to be safe, and that's what we want in public schools. So why aren't we getting that for all students?
The system allows corporations to claim tax credits for donations to organizations that cover private school tuition for low-income students. The number of students benefiting from these scholarships has nearly quadrupled in the last 8 years. A government watchdog group out of Washington is filing a complaint calling on Florida Attorney General Pam Bondi to investigate solar companies in the Sunshine State. The Campaign for Accountability is asking Bondi to review consumer complaints of many solar companies engaging in false and misleading acts in the sale or lease of solar panels. The group's director says the companies are targeting seniors who tend to be more vulnerable to faulty sales. The group claims these tactics violate the Florida Deceptive and Unfair Trades Practices Act. The Attorney General's office has yet to respond.
An explosive find on the East Coast after construction crews dug up a piece of military history in Vero Beach. Check this out. A World War II torpedo has been unearthed. It's known as the Tiny Tim rocket, and it was detonated yesterday. Now, it was used by the United States towards the end of World War II. The Indian River County Sheriff's Office says the rockets were launched from an aircraft that had a warhead on the front. Now, that area where the rocket was found was once used as a training ground for the Navy. And now certainly not a story you hear every day, a sticky mess for folks in Wisconsin. Now, police are trying to figure out who spilled thousands of Skittles on the highway. Well, the sweet mystery is confusing drivers after days of icy roads, but the spilled candy may not necessarily be a bad thing. Highway crews say that candy is actually making the road a little less slippery. Now, nearby homeowners also say it's creating a sweet smell every time a car drives over the candy. Who would have thought?
That's great.
Interesting.
Hey, anything helps up north when the roads are icy, right?
Exactly.
So there's a whole new industry there. They can add like chrysanthemums or roses or whatever to the ice in the winter and make those northern roads smell a little
maybe
better.
they should scent the salt when they spread it all over the roads.
Exactly. Well, they actually do put an indicator in the salt to tell you whether or not it's becoming corrosive to the roads.
Is that the blue?
That's that blue stuff.
Yeah,
that
the
you
blue.
see.
You know what makes me think of that? What is it that those commercials with the Skittles where the rainbows just the rainbows just keep flying out? That's what's happening, obviously, in Wisconsin, I guess.
That's funny. You know what? I choose just to live in a warm climate.
Yes, exactly. One less thing to worry about.
Exactly. And warm it will be today. Above average temperatures expected once again. Talk about that in just a second.
Come out to the best party of the season, the Goodwill Mardi Gras Gala on February 28th at Michael's on E. Tickets at experiencegoodwill.org.
Attention small business owners. Penn Funding announces the easiest and fastest business funding program, the Platinum Business Account.
We needed cash fast. Business is good, but this is an emergency. We needed some new equipment, and the banks wouldn't help us.
At Penn Funding, we like to say, yes, you're approved. With your Platinum Business Account, you could qualify for up to $50,000 or more. This amazing new business account funding program is so effective, you could have the cash you need in just days.
I called, spoke with an agent who pre-qualified us, and connected me.
Call now for your Platinum Business Account. If you've been in business for at least 6 months, you could qualify for up to $50,000 or more in just days.
I called Penn Funding and had my money fast.
Need cash for your business? Call Penn Funding now.
Call 800-658-3433. 800-658-3433.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
Florida's last private island is a waterfront lifestyle like no other. This is Harbor Isle, just 5 minutes from the sugar sand beaches of Anna Maria Island. This sun-splashed paradise invites you to enjoy natural adventures and all the recreation of a tropical resort. Island coach homes and waterfront condos are now available from the high 400s. Don't miss the Luxury by the Bay event, Saturday, January 21st from noon till 4 p.m. at Harbor Isle. Water ski show, luxury cars, wine tasting, model home tours, and more.
Go ahead. Make a fashion statement. Demand something more than just ordinary. Capture elegance in every turn and drive with flair. Where beautiful styling is standard. Stop in and take a test drive. I'll guarantee you'll never go back to plain vanilla again. The all-new 2017 Fiat 500 starting at $14,999. Only at Sunset Fiat in Sarasota.
Now, the official Suncoast weather with ABC7 meteorologist John Scalzi.
Now, we've suspected this for several weeks now, but it is official from the World Meteorological Organization. 2016, the warmest year on record since records have been kept. And some of the ice cores go back many, many years, like 800,000 years, though the actual global temperatures back then are much more uncertain than they have been since 1880, when these records that you see displayed have been kept. What's interesting is watch the last 20 or 30 years, how quickly the temperatures have risen. Most of that can be attributed to an increase in CO2 in our atmosphere since the Industrial Revolution, about a 30% spike in the carbon dioxide levels in our atmosphere since the turn of the century. And you know what? That is a trend that hopefully won't continue. We're looking at 57 degrees, the air temperature, a dew point of 55, southeast wind coming in at about 3. That southeast wind helping to pump moisture and humidity our way and maybe set the stage for a few thunderstorms, possibly even severe thunderstorms as we head into Sunday. The more moisture we pump into our air, the more unstable it gets. It's like sort of putting gas on a fire, I guess you could say. We have across our region right now some pretty tranquil conditions. High pressure basically sitting over us, providing us with some nice weather today. A lot of sunshine, few high-level clouds. Should be another beautiful sunset. There were gorgeous colors last night, and the same thing should hold true tonight. Showers and thunderstorms that you saw back to the west are part of the system that brought Texas its heavy weather a couple days ago. Now that all moving toward Louisiana Delta region. The low itself will lift off to the north and to the east, and the cold front will kind of stall and not really make it to the state of Florida. That's not the one that's going to possibly impact us with severe weather on Sunday. There's another system back to the west which will eject out of the mountains and then kind of team up with what's left of this frontal boundary. Those two together will push through here on Sunday. And the confidence is increasing in the possibility of severe weather for us at that time. So we'll keep an eye on it as it evolves. It's still several days away, and forecasting severe weather that far out is certainly a little bit of art is involved in that. So as we get closer to the day, we'll of course be able to assess the risk more rigorously. High pressure sinks to our south. We get a nice southerly wind increasing our humidity, and we'll watch for those Sunday storms. So there's front number 1. It approaches the panhandle of Florida, brings some showers into there, and then just kind of fizzles out before ever bringing us anything. Then we'll wait on Saturday as front number 2 enters into the panhandle. That's the one that could bring us the strong gusty winds, possibly some hail, and potentially even some isolated tornadoes. I think the threat is greatest for the Big Bend region, but we'll watch and let you know how things progress with that system on Sunday. South wind today should be fairly light. Nice day out on the water. Smooth conditions to start, ending up with a light chop. And over the course of the week ahead, look for increasing rain chances on the second half of Sunday into Monday. And then temperatures will drop a little bit, but not dramatically. Back to you.
All right, looks good. Thank you, John. Looking at the roadways, John's mentioned the fog, so that's something we'll keep an eye on. We have a new accident to tell you about, too. It is on 20th Street at Cortez. So, of course, a busy part of Manatee County there at Cortez and 41. So we'll keep an eye on what that means for backups, but know that there is a problem there near Cortez and 41. In Sarasota, building volume, Bee Ridge, both directions, heading toward 41 and the interstate. Fruitville and Clark roads look pretty good. Now, overnight, we had University Parkway closed at I-75 for construction. Now things are moving well, and also a nice pretty shot of the dawn there as the sun comes up in the east. We will have overnight road work on University again tonight, so something to keep in mind. You will want to probably use State Road 70 or Fruitville as your alternates. Looking at South Sarasota County, things looking good. I-75 and 41, no accidents or delays. It is 6:48, and Attorney General Pam Bondi says 2 tobacco companies owe Florida tens of millions of dollars.
Bondi's office filing a lawsuit today against ITG Brands and RJ Reynolds, saying that the state is still owed $45 million from that landmark 1997 settlement. That was when it was found the company's unlawful marketing and sales of cigarettes led to higher health care expenses from smoking. And starting a new fitness program can sometimes run into what experts are calling a weight plateau. Now, this happens when your metabolic rate or the rate at which you burn calories drops. In other words, you end up burning fewer calories than what you did when you were heavier because, well, you have less muscle. Tips on how to avoid that includes reviewing your diet habits, increasing your workout time, and even adding a little bit of weightlifting. Now, if none of that works, talk to a doctor or a dietitian. But whatever you do, don't give up and go back to old eating habits or exercise habits. And that is certainly a good point to make about weightlifting. A lot of women think that weightlifting is not good for them, but it is. It helps burn that fat and helps build muscle, and that'll help you with your weight loss as well.
Keeps you lean out, that's for sure.
Exactly.
And entertainment news, Paul McCartney is looking to get his music back.
The country music superstar has filed a lawsuit against Sony over copyright ownership of the many hit songs he wrote with John Lennon as part of the Beatles. The copyrights were bought by Michael Jackson and then sold to the company after his death. And according to the filing, McCartney will claim his songs back under a provision of U.S. copyright law that makes that possible after a certain time, starting in 2018. Sony is calling the lawsuit unnecessary and premature.
As Washington prepares for the inauguration of the 45th President of the United States, a tourist attraction in London is also getting ready for the transition of power. A wax figure of President-elect Donald Trump was unveiled at Madame Tussauds Museum. Ironically, this is the first time a president has already had a wax figure before he was president, so this is an additional one. This one's dressed in a power suit with his trademark Republican red tie, and he will be in the Wax Museum's Oval Office section.
She's the awardee. She's the most championist of champions. She's the most winningest of winner. Simply put, Ellen DeGeneres is the people's champ.
Okay, I just absolutely love Ellen DeGeneres. Well, she set a record by winning her 20th People's Choice Award last night. Now, this makes her the most decorated winner in People's Choice's history. DeGeneres won for favorite daytime TV host, favorite animated movie voice, favorite comedic collaboration for Finding Dory, and Finding Dory also won for favorite movie and favorite family movie. Love that movie. Love Ellen DeGeneres. She is so hilarious.
And I think what's neat is it's kind of like transcended generations.
Right.
Like my kids love her.
Right.
And enjoy watching
exactly.
her.
She's been around for so long and she just continues to make people laugh.
Doing a great job. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
I love big bling for little Ching. That's why I only wear Spectralite diamonds from Created Gems. Or I wear nothing at all.
Check out My Suncoast Dining on mysuncoast.com for Chef Judy's favorite recipes, restaurant guide, and more. Go to mysuncoast.com/dining.
Flooring Depot has been serving Sarasota and Manatee counties for over 20 years with the best products and installation. Flooring Depot offers carpet, tile, hardwood, and more. Before you buy, give us a try. Stop by our showroom or visit us on the web at bestvaluecarpet.com.
Hi, I'm Joan London, and if you're worried about your parent or a loved one living alone like I was, and you want reliable senior care information, then call A Place for Mom, the nation's largest senior living referral service. You'll get free information on assisted living, Alzheimer's care, nursing homes, even important financial information.
They had obviously researched every place, not just given me names. They found me a place for what she could afford, and it was magnificent.
We're now very confident that she's safe, and they just helped every step of the way, and I can't thank them enough.
So if you're struggling to find reliable senior living information, call A Place for Mom. This is a free service, and you can trust them to help you.
Call right now to get your free Senior Care Compass ebook. Find out about the 5 best-kept secrets on financing senior care and assisted living.
Call now, 800-290-0352. 800-290-0352.
Hi, I'm Chef Judy. Every Wednesday morning, I'll be with the chefs at the Publix Aprons Cooking School, serving up the most wonderful dishes. Watch Aprons in the Kitchen every Wednesday on ABC7's Good Morning Suncoast.
It may be January, but we live in Florida. So head outdoors for seafood and music at the 2nd Annual Sarasota Seafood and Music Festival, happening Saturday and Sunday, January 21st and 22nd from 10 to 6 p.m. Savor mouth-watering Florida Gulf Coast seafood dishes by top restaurants and chefs, while you enjoy great live music from some of Florida's top musical groups. So grab your family and friends at the Sarasota Seafood and Music Festival, January 21st and 22nd. For more information, visit seafoodfestivals.com.
They're coming from Tampa, Fort Myers, even Orlando. They're coming from everywhere for the Sarasota Ford Promise. Our promise means a new car you'll love. If not, return it for one you do. At Sarasota Ford, we promise live market pricing. We monitor national pricing on our entire inventory, so you get the best deal. In fact, we guarantee it. Bring us any competitor's ad, and we'll beat it by at least $1,000. That's why they're coming from everywhere to Sarasota Ford, where 41 meets 301. SarasotaFord.com.
There are many choices when it comes to AC companies. Our advice? Choose a company that performs employee background checks and is licensed with top manufacturers like Daikin. Daikin offers a 12-year parts and labor limited warranty. For better comfort and value, call Elite Heating and Air.
Mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the blingiest of them all? You are, with Spectralite diamonds, all gorgeous and affordable. Only found at Creative Gems, where you always get big bling for little ching.
Taking a look at traffic, there's an accident now near Cortez and 41, busy intersection. It's actually on 20th Street, but we are seeing some backups now on 41, so you may want to avoid that area. Other than that, things looking pretty good in Bradenton. Increased volume now on Bee Ridge, but no accidents or delays on I-75. Looking good through both Sarasota and Manatee counties. How's the weather look, John?
A little patchy fog will burn off around the mouth of Charlotte Harbor and other places, giving us a mostly sunny sky today. Also warmer than average, once again coming in the upper 70s. Not much rain in today's forecast or tomorrow's forecast or even Saturday, but watch out for Sunday. Could be strong to severe storms.
Actor and director Woody Harrelson is looking to make history by shooting a movie in a single take and airing it live. It's called Lost in London. It's actually inspired by a night 15 years ago, which began with Harrelson leaving a nightclub. He got involved in a car chase and was arrested for damaging a London taxi cab. Shooting takes place in London between 2 and 4 a.m. local time, and it will be shown live at the Hollywood 20 tonight at 9 o'clock. Wow, that's kind of fun. Very interesting. He
Sounds
took
like
what
a wild night.
probably wasn't a good night and made a movie out of it. So
Past my bedtime, though.
Right.
I'd love to have seen that.
yeah, very interesting.
Yeah.
Be fun to see the camera work on something like that.
Cool.
Right.
One shot.
Exactly. Get what you get. It's kind of like our newscast.
Right.
Stick around and have a great day. Good Morning America is up next.